the root causes of lower eyelid twitching. When we say twitching, it means the involuntary movement of the muscles, of your lower eyelid. It means that you are not in control of this movement. And eye twitching itself is not a disease, it's an indicator that something has gone wrong. And the root causes, sometimes they're not serious, they can resolve on their own if they're not serious. And if they're serious, then of course the eye twitching can go on for a long time. That is, it become chronic. So let's have a look now at right from the beginning. As I start to tell you the causes, I start with the less serious ones, and as we move on, I'll tell you the most serious ones that can cause eye twitching. Normally, when you have eye twitching, number one issue could be maybe you are lacking sleep, that you don't have enough sleep, you're fatigued, all the time. So insufficient sleep can contribute to that. So if you sleep well, normally you can have this to be resolved naturally. Caffeine consumption can also contribute to eye twitching. Dry eyes, when you have dry eyes, it can also contribute to that. And the environment we live in, the bright lights and the pollution, the air pollution, the pollutants in the air getting into the eye can cause temporal eye twitching because it causes irritation of your eye. And then alcohol consumption, that is when it's too excessive, of course, can contribute to that. Smoking, if you are a secondary smoker, that is standing next to somebody smoking, can of course contribute to that. Eye strain, those individuals using computers all the time because of their job or using maybe telephone, they are so close to the telephone. Normally it's advisable to move about 40-45 centimeters away from your phone or your tablet. If so close, it causes actually eye strain. So when you have a chronic eye strain, it can contribute to twitching of the lower lid. And so once you stop, it can then resolve it on its own. Stress, in fact, if you look at it critically, is the most common cause of lower eyelid twitching. In fact, stress affects the whole 11 systems in the body that makes up the human body. So stress is something that can cause your body to be more alkaline. The body works beautifully between 7.35 and 7.45. That's the alkaline medium, which is the right opposite to acid. Okay, the acidic medium of the body will cause serious diseases like cancers and the other chronic problems. So the body works beautifully and it will keep you in good health if it is within this strict range of 3.35 and 3.45. So when you are too stressed, your body can become a bit more alkaline, so it can go beyond that maximum, that 3.45. And when that medium is created, the calcium in your blood can get stuck to the protein in your blood and decrease the amount of calcium in your blood. That can lead to twitching of your eyelid, telling you that you have less calcium because of too much alkaline in your body, and as a result of chronic stress. All right, I hope you understand this one. Now let's come to the next one, is the nutritional deficiency. When I talk about nutritional deficiency, number one deficiency can be magnesium. So magnesium is involved in over 600 chemical pathways or activities. So when you are deficient in it, it can cause lower leg twitching. In fact, it can cause leg cramps, especially in the calf area. Lack of magnesium is something that can cause a lot of problems in the body. When you take too much soft drinks and red meat, it contributes to high phosphate. Too much phosphate in the blood will compete with your calcium in your blood, and so it will deplete your body of calcium. And when calcium is low because of high phosphate, then of course you can also have this twitching. There are other reasons why your phosphate could be too high. If the person got kidney disease, the kidneys cannot filter the blood well. You have accumulation of phosphate in your blood that can deplete your calcium, and when it goes on and on, then of course there will be a problem with your bones in the future as well. But vitamin D toxicity, if you take too much vitamin D, vitamin D is a fast soluble vitamin. We have the time to take it and the time to stop and then to wait for your body to use it. Is because it's fast soluble vitamin, it doesn't come to the urine easily. So it doesn't come to the urine in fact at all. Only water soluble vitamins like vitamin B, C will come through the urine, but not vitamin D, all right, or E, or K, or A. So you got to be careful. If you take excess, it becomes too toxic, and it can lead to twitching of your eye as well. And then the low parathyroid. This is a gland just next to your thyroid gland in your neck. If it's low, it can regulate calcium well. Your calcium level will be low. That can also lead to twitching of your eyelid, to tell you that something really is wrong. Now, diuretics like blood pressure medications, the medication give you for swellings in the hospital. If you're taking antihistamines for allergies, antidepressants, all will contribute to depletion of minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. That can also lead to twitching of your eyelid, also to tell that something definitely is wrong. And then of course diseases like multiple sclerosis. This is autoimmune disease that can affect the central nervous system, and that is your brain, your spinal cord, and the optic nerve can be affected. Uveitis is the swelling of the middle layer of your eye. If it is inflamed, definitely it can cause also twitching of the eyelid. And then Parkinson's disease, of course, this is a progressive neurological disorder that normally when your dopamine, this is a neurotransmitter, it's a chemical in your brain, if your brain produces less and less, up to around 60-80%, there'll be Parkinson's symptoms, and some of the symptoms could be a chronic twitching of your lower lid, of your eyelid. All right, so you see that we've learned less serious causes and then very serious causes of eye twitching, so which we shouldn't ignore. If you have any chronic problem or eye twitching issues, you can give me a call. Problems like diabetes, kidney diseases, hepatitis, fertility problems, one call away. If you're calling outside the UK, you just use the number +44 738 464 7300. If you're calling within the UK, it's 0738 464 7300. If you need more education, go to my YouTube channel, support the channel, be a blessing to somebody. I have short videos there. Put in Dr. James Natural link, Dr. James Natural link. You put it in there, subscribe, and click the like button to support me.